just when you thought the season couldn't get any more magical, there's a whole other list of festive quirks to unwrap. For many growing up in Britain, Christmas didn't just stop at turkey and Christmas crackers. There was a whole host of traditions that kept spirits high well past the big day. So, let's dive back in and celebrate some more of the unique customs that still make Christmas feel so special. No British Christmas is complete without the chaotic joy of the Christmas pantomime. Back in the 70s, families flocked to local theatres to see the over-the-top performances of Cinderella, Peter Pan, Aladdin, or Jack and the Beanstalk, with outrageous costumes, slapstick comedy, and plenty of he's behind you moments that had kids and adults alike roaring with laughter. The tradition still holds strong today, with pantos now starring celebrities and some of the wittiest, silliest jokes you'll ever hear. Audiences cheer, boo the villains, and laugh until their sides hurt. A reminder that Christmas should be loud, merry, and just a little bit ridiculous. Because where else but in Britain would a grown man dressed as a fairy godmother look entirely at home? The moment December rolled in, it was time to dig out the decorations. Back in the 70s, the family Christmas tree was a sight to behold, with baubles in every colour imaginable, layers of tinsel, and fairy lights with bulbs the size of small eggs. And if you were lucky, you'd get those classic bubble lights that would fizz and glow, mesmerising everyone in the room. British homes also had a tendency for a little festive DIY spirit. Paper chains were strung along the walls, handmade from strips of coloured paper, and paper snowflakes hung in the windows. Today, the decorations might be a bit more polished and ready-made, but the spirit is the same. Fairy lights twinkle in every window, ornaments are hung with care, and a touch of tinsel still finds its way around the house, just like it did all those years ago. For children, no tradition captured the magic of Christmas quite like hanging up a stocking on Christmas Eve. Back in the day, stockings were often simple. For some children, it was a pillowcase or even one of Dad's socks. These makeshift stockings would be placed carefully at the end of the bed, ready for Santa's visit. Come Christmas morning, kids woke at the crack of dawn, eyes wide with excitement, as they spotted the bulging, lumpy shape waiting for them. Inside was a mix of small delights, sweets, chocolates, tiny toys, and, of course, the classic Christmas satsuma or Christmas mandarin, nestled at the very bottom. The thrill of digging through each surprise, wondering what Santa had chosen for them, was unforgettable. Today, the tradition of stockings is as beloved as ever. Little ones still dive in with giddy anticipation. Some things may change, but the joy of discovering those small Christmas treasures remains timeless. Back in the 70s, Christmas markets were smaller and more local, yet they had a charm that was impossible to resist. Children eyed the stalls piled with sweets and toys, while parents pursued decorations and holiday trinkets. There was always a vendor selling roasted chestnuts, filling the air with that smoky, nutty aroma, and maybe even a stall with hot mince pies or mulled wine to keep the winter chill at bay. Today, Christmas markets have blossomed into grand affairs with fairy lights strung above, handmade crafts from all over the world, and even Santa's grotto for the little ones. Whether big or small, markets are still a place where people gather, share a laugh, and warm up with a mulled cider or two, keeping the spirit of those simpler markets alive. Before we move on to the next one in the list, I'd like to ask you for a small favor. If you're enjoying this content so far, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch these videos without subscribing. Imagine what we could accomplish if everyone subscribed. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. Thanks to all of you who do. Back in the day, a snowy Christmas was a rare but thrilling event. Kids would wake up, peer out the window, praying for that magical blanket of white that could turn any regular day into a winter wonderland. Snowmen popped up in every garden, sledges made their way out of storage, and everyone from toddlers to grandparents got a glint of excitement in their eyes as they braved the chilly air for snowball fights and snowy adventures. While a white Christmas is still rare in many parts of Britain, the thrill of snow hasn't changed a bit. If there's even a hint of snowflakes falling, families bundle up and dash outside, embracing that childlike joy that only comes with snow. Back in the 1970s, Christmas hampers were a quintessential holiday gesture, packed with everything from fancy biscuits and jams to bottles of port and tins of shortbread. Many families either received one from their workplace or saved up all year through mail-order schemes like those run by the iconic Parker's hampers. Opening a hamper was like unwrapping a treasure chest. Layer after layer of goodies revealed treats that turned the festive season into a feast. For kids, it was all about sneaking the chocolate biscuits. For the grown-ups, it was the thrill of finding a miniature bottle of brandy. Today, the tradition still lives on with luxury hampers from places like Fortnum & Mason or M&S, as well as DIY hampers, lovingly assembled for friends and family. Whether extravagant or simple, there's still a heartwarming way to share the spirit of giving, just like in the 70s. For many, Boxing Day isn't just about leftovers and board games. It's also time for the highly anticipated Boxing Day football matches. Back in the 70s, these matches were a highlight for fans who braved the cold, wrapped in scarves, gloves, and plenty of layers to cheer on their favorite teams. The stadiums filled with festive cheer, and you could feel the excitement buzzing as fans sang their favorite chants, creating an electric atmosphere that only a Boxing Day match could bring. To this day, Boxing Day football remains a steadfast tradition, with families gathering to watch the matches on TV or heading to the stadiums to carry on the thrill of cheering from the stands. And nothing says Christmas in Britain quite like a raucous football match on a chilly December day. Finally, after all the crackers have been pulled, the last mince pie has been eaten, and the tinsel's getting a little bit droopy. There's still one last festive tradition to see out the season: New Year's Eve. In true British fashion, the New Year is welcomed with fireworks, midnight toasts, and a good sing-along of Auld Lang Syne, arms linked as everyone sways to the tune. Whether it's a small gathering at home or a massive street party, ringing in the new year is a moment that feels like one big cheer for all the memories made and all the excitement yet to come. So, here's to the Christmas pantomimes, the snowy adventures, and the stockings stuffed with sweets. Here's to the decorations that shimmer and twinkle, the cozy markets, the family traditions, and every bit of silliness that makes a British Christmas unforgettable. May we keep these traditions alive, year after year, sharing laughter, love, and a little festive magic with everyone around us. I hope you've enjoyed this continuation. Drop a comment below and let me know if you'd like more details or if I missed out one of your traditions. Thanks for watching. If you came here from part 1, then please feel free to watch some of my other videos on British nostalgia.